Swaminathan Iyer joins me in the studio tonight. Swami, thank you very much. Let me shake your hand. Nice to see you after a long time. Rajiv Desai is Chairman and CEO of Comma Consulting. He's one of the pioneers in public relations in India. Thank you very much, Rajiv Desai. And also Derek O'Brien, Chief Whip and Member of Parliament of the TMC. He's lobbying for the TMC tonight. And my first question is, good to see you smile. The TMC has been so angry over the last few days that I had to do that, Derek. You must loosen up. My first question is to Venkaiah Naidu tonight on the Newshour. Venkaiah Naidu, we are waiting for Renuka Chaudhary to join into the debate. She should be joining us in any time, but if she can hear me, I don't know if she's on yet. My straight question to you is, bribery is a very serious charge. Where is the bribery? Who's bribed whom?
No, anyhow, spent. It will be known only after a detailed independent inquiry. The question is that Walmart itself has admitted to US Senate saying that they have spent 125 crores, including some amount in India, for discussions on FDI. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Are they spending money for discussions on television channels?
No, what?
Or are they spending money to influence the people?
No, 1 minute.
All these things has to come out.
No, 1 minute, Mr. 1 minute. Renuka ji joins us on the debate. My question is, I have one more question for you. I have the document, sir. I've seen this document. It's got several details. You've seen the disclosure report, Venkaiah Naidu. Ravi Shankar Prasad says in Parliament, Walmart has in its lobbying disclosure report to the US Senate said it has spent 125 crores on lobbying and US $3 million has been spent in 2012 itself for entering the Indian market. My question to you, second question, sir, please take this. Where in this report does it say that $3 million has been spent on lobbying for FDI in retail?
If I quote the report,
yes.
In the last quarter ended September 30 itself, the company spent 1.65 million on various lobbying issues, which included discussions related to FDI in India. What does it mean?
Sir, I have a list of the number of issues that they have dealt with, right? And discussions on FDI in India, 1 out of 13 issues. I have the original report. 1 out of 13 issues.
Maybe.
There are 13 issues.
Okay.
So 1 out of 13 issues.
Okay.
Right? And 1 out of 13 issues, 1.65 million is spent. 1, A. B, where is the proof this money is spent in India and on Indians? Because if they spend the money in America, it's not illegal.
After thorough inquiry, na?
Sir?
Agreed. That will be known only after a thorough inquiry. They have admitted themselves to the US Senate through a written report that the money has been spent and also on issues related to discussion on FDI in India. They have been trying since 2008. That also they have admitted to enter Indian market.
No, so you admit today a mistake was made in Parliament?
It's not the question of mistakes. Now, don't go by amount 3 crores or 10 crores or 1.65 million or 3 million.
In Parliament,
the issue is
seriously.
Money has been that was the initial information we had. You first let the government respond to this, and second, let there be an independent inquiry. Then truth will come out.
Okay. If the Congress has nothing to hide, Renuka Chaudhary, have an independent inquiry. Pressurize Walmart. They are going to make a lot of money doing business in India. Pressurize Walmart to reveal details of the lobbying activities related to Walmart's entry in India. In India.
And what is this low esteem that we have of ourselves? And the opposition to believe the worst of this country. If Walmart has admitted to something in America, it's their headache. Let them sort it out there, and it's their headache. If it comes to India and they're quoting some, I don't even know what the amount is, I haven't really seen the report, and they say some of it has been spent in India. Now, what is this expenditure sheet that they have submitted?
They say they have spent money. No, they say they have spent money lobbying for FDI in retail in India.
Means what?
No, why do you need to lobby?
What does lobbying entail? Why are we even defensive about this? I refuse to have a conversation on this subject.
No, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is asking you for an inquiry. open up an inquiry.
Well, let them go and do inquiries if they want. What is there to inquire about this?
So you reject the inquiry demand? You reject the inquiry demand, Renuka Chaudhary?
Arnab,
I reject the whole idea that
Arnab.
Walmart has come and given someone in India. Are we assuming this? Are we so sure that someone, this is very slanderous talk.
Slanderous?
the Walmart itself said to US Senate,
Of course.
no slanderous allegation has been made
Yeah, they
by
said
any
it to their
opposition
Senate,
party
they've
or
spent
any
it
media
in,
agency.
They have spent it in America. Why are you assuming that all of it has come to India?
Some of it may have come to India.
Just go through the report. No, some of it has come to India. That is what they have admitted to American Senate. Yeah, may. So what? They have admitted in written, saying that issues related to discussion of FDI in India, that is the issue. It's a very serious charge. It's a sad commentary on our political system. It's a reflection on our parliament. So naturally, it's a very serious issue. It definitely merits attention, clarification by the government, and also a detailed, thorough, independent inquiry. We have not made any personal allegation against anybody. A very serious allegation has been made.
Sir,
that's why I said it's a reflection on Indian system.
Sir, I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to,
what has happened?
Sir, industry chambers lobby. Industry chambers lobby.
NGOs lobby.
Yeah.
Swaminathan Iyer says NGOs lobby. I'm not taking a position yet on this. Swaminathan Iyer wants to rebut you.
No,
he wants to contradict you. Go ahead. To Venkaiah Naidu.
No, it is a legitimate function of every single group to push its particular point of view.
Using money.
You may be
using money.
No, it costs money. If I'm creating a conference when I'm calling 10 people, that's costing money. If I'm doing a piece of research and disseminating them to 200 MPs, that costs money. I mean, the entire process of making a particular stand and trying to disseminate that view costs money. It's entirely legitimate for every single individual group, including the BJP, to promote its particular point of view. That is what is called lobbying. In India, for some reason, people seem to think that lobbying is no different from bribing. I mean, you have to be out of your mind to think that Walmart, when it's filing its return, is going to put every bribe and the details, and if only you do an inquiry, every bribe will suddenly appear.
Why are you so surprised, Swaminathan Iyer? Tell me the difference. Tell me, where do you draw the line?
No, I've told you.
Where do you draw the line between bribery and lobbying?
I've told you. I've told you that giving money, illegal gratification, is a bribe. Every other kind,
what is every other kind?
Okay, I just told you. Suppose I'm organizing a conference. Suppose I'm saying you haven't understood this, I will finance a field visit. Suppose you have done a field of research. Suppose you have published a book, a research project, you want to disseminate it to 1,000 people. I mean, all these are standard lobbying procedures. Let me remind you, the Indian government, sir, hired lobbyists on the Hill in Washington, D.C.
But lobbying is legal in America. You can't take the American option.
It's legal here.
There is a huge difference in America.
It is legal here. If the Indian Farmers Association is lobbying for an increase in the procurement price, it is entirely legal. What is wrong with it?
You have not told me where you draw the line.
I've told you, illegal gratification is wrong. But if you want to press your case with any amount of information materials or take people on field visits...
Well, I'm not going to get specific and I'm not going to take names. Right. But I'm going to say this, that in the past, certain lobbyists, certain individuals have been seen to be trying to use influence to determine who the cabinet minister of a particular portfolio in this economic ministry in our country is going to be.
Arnab. No, let's be clear.
No, is that legal?
Arnab,
would you say that's legal?
There are lobbyists even in America who have been arrested for bribery.
No.
In other words, it is possible for any human being, including a lobbyist, to do bribery. I'm merely saying the two are not the same. So just as a member of parliament may be guilty of bribery, so and I have seen the allegations being made in parliament itself on this. Just as members
have an investigation. Have an investigation.
No, if you like, have an
investigation. The country's largest opposition party has made a charge. Have an investigation.
Okay.
Venkaiah Naidu coming to you. Rajiv Desai, yes, your point. Derek O'Brien coming to you right after that. Yes, Rajiv Desai.
Every time there's a new sector in the economy that opens up, that has not been part of the traditional Indian business menu, you need always, companies need to educate them. When Cisco came here, when Microsoft came here, when Intel came here, they spent money on educating journalists, educating journalists, opinion makers.
No, be specific. Educating means what?
Well, I mean,
why do you have to spend money to educate? Education doesn't cost money.
Well, given the level of debate on this FDI in Parliament, I think a lot of education is required.
What is education?
I think
it's a
a
very
lot
broad
of a company first of all, an international company wanting to do business in India is not a crime.
I have not said that.
Second of all, lobbying is a series of activities. No, I'm not talking to you about whether you said it's a crime or not. All I'm saying is it's a series of very legitimate activities which includes media relations, which includes conferences, which includes research, which includes dissemination of relevant information. All of this, which including legal work and so forth, and that involves expenses, and that is the whole rubric of lobbying.
What is this rubric of lobbying?
To assume that lobbying is somehow corruption. I just told you. Swaminathan made the same point.
I don't know. Tomorrow, if you say that I will take a group of members of parliament or even a group of journalists, I'll take them to a wonderful 7-star resort, give them a great time, spend a lot of money on them, fed them around, fly them executive class, and then also in the process educate them. Then my straightforward question to you will be, you and Swami will be, is that education or is it corruption? Derek, what do you think?
It's not corruption.
Education or corruption?
No, if you...
Yes, education or corruption?
A line is drawn. Suppose I've actually gone on an important issue which I wanted to learn about. How much the host spends, whether it's a 5-star or a 7-star, to me is an irrelevance. I went on an European Union trip. The European Union took me around. In Paris, we had a fancy hotel. We went to the Lido in the evening. At the end of it all, was I being bribed to write? So I didn't write a damn thing on France when I came back. Right?
In this particular context, the issues are very specific. Swami, we'll get specific into
you
this.
Are welcome to ask Walmart what the expenses were. They will tell you. But please, please, there is a separate accusation generated by Walmart itself that there was bribery in India. They are having an internal investigation into the thing that some of their staff in India may indeed have done the bribes.
Wonderful.
So they are doing that. But please don't.
My question is therefore. No, that is precisely my argument. If Walmart discloses that it has an internal investigation into bribery allegations from Mexico to Brazil, China to India, then why are some Indian politicians getting so touchy when the opposition asks them, you also have an investigation into whether anybody was paid any money? By this private company.
By all means, but all I'm saying is don't confuse that with lobbying.
No, you see, the Walmart had found credible evidence that its Mexican subsidiary... No, I'm not. I'm simply saying Walmart had found credible evidence that its Mexican subsidiary had paid bribes in an effort to build more stores. Right. This was a violation of the Corrupt Practices Act.
Well,
So they did that. No, so they're not... So there is a base to the Derek.
People do, in order to launch new products, new ways of thinking, new ideas, people have to spend money.
No.
And if you equate that to corruption, then I'm sorry.
Well, I thought Walmart equates them to corruption, Rajiv.
Wrong-headed approach.
No, but Walmart.
Walmart is doing its own inquiry and let them do it.
So if Walmart is doing its own inquiry, why should we not do an inquiry into it? Derek, where do you stand on this? Is this corruption or is this bribery or is this hype?
Who is to do this? Who is to do this inquiry?
I thought
I don't understand.
Why can't the government of India inquire into
I'll tell you what. Hold on. In the United States, there is a requirement for all lobbying companies to be registered and to report, to file regular disclosures. By the way, it's not called admitting to anything, it's called disclosing things. What Walmart, and again, I'm not speaking for Walmart, but when companies file these reports, it's called disclosure. It's not called admitting things. There's a big difference. You have to understand that.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. You see, the point is, in US, lobbying is legal. In India, it's not legal.
Let me finish.
It's not legal. I want to get Derek in. Derek, where do you stand?
First of all, hold on.
Coming back to you. Derek, where do you stand on this?
Arnab, the legality has not been tested.
Derek.
Yeah, Arnab, I was just beginning to wonder whether I should start lobbying today on your show.
Go ahead.
Because you've had me sitting here for 17 minutes. And I've been listening very quietly, whatever this discussion
Don't count the minutes any longer.
You've been generous enough.
Yes.
After 17 minutes, you've been generous enough to come here, so thank you.
Derek, I think that you know your anger with the Congress party is being taken out on the Newshour tonight, but that's all right, Derek. But where do you stand on this issue?